Jason, wanted to ask you about something I've noticed from Donald Trump, the former president. He is using X more frequently. He is posting online. It's kind of reminiscent of when we used to see those Trump tweets that were sent out. Is this a new element of the campaign strategy?
Well, it's a massive tool that's available for President Trump to use. He has, I think it's well over 80 million followers. I actually haven't looked at the most recent tally. It's huge. It's a whole lot of zeros after the initial couple of numbers there. But it's an advantage because when President Trump wants to respond in real time, he has a massive megaphone with everything he puts on True Social. But there are certain people who might not be on True Social. A lot of people who aren't on social media in general. But it's, as I call it, it's the howitzer that he can bring in to really drill home those points of emphasis. So, for example, when Kamala Harris, I believe this was yesterday, was outright lying about what she's doing on housing prices. Of course, we know that what she's created with inflation and the fact that she's allowed 20 million illegals into the country has completely distorted the housing market. But when President Trump posted about how mortgage costs have actually doubled under Kamala Harris, it ratioed her at a massive level. So it's a tool that I'm glad that he's using, that I want to continue to use, and it's a good complement to what he's already doing with True Social.
Jason, we took it live when former President Trump visited Arlington National Cemetery, wreath-laying ceremony there for three. The Gee family, the Hoover family, as well as the 13 fallen heroes from Afghanistan guarding the Abbey Gate in Kabul. That was at the Tomb of the Unknown. And then pivoting over to Arlington National Cemetery, there was an altercation. This was reported there where an official physically blocked members of Trump's team to take videos and photographs. There was pushback about that and protocols in place, though I believe permission was given by one of the families. And there was a statement that was put out by one of those families of the fallen saying this: "We had given our approval for President Trump's official videographer and photographer to attend the event, ensuring these sacred moments of remembrance were respectfully captured, and so we can cherish these moments forever. We are deeply grateful to the president for taking the time to honor our children and for standing up alongside us in our grief, offering his unwavering support during such a difficult time. His compassion and respect meant more than these words can express." There was another family who disagreed and said that they didn't want their son's tombstone featured in one of the campaign videos. It was reported that there was no escalation by one of those at the cemetery, that they didn't file any charges. Can you address any of these reports? Senator Vance had a fiery response about it. I'm curious as to where this stands today. Maybe you could shed some light. What happened here?
Yeah, very straightforward. Gold Star families of the 13 service members who were killed, a number of the Gold Star families invited President Trump to come and join them for this wreath-laying ceremony. Again, it was the third anniversary of the Abbey Gate attack that left 13 service members killed. President Trump joined as a former commander-in-chief and future commander-in-chief. This is something that would be very appropriate for him to do to honor the fallen soldiers. And then when they were continuing to walk on, there was a rogue bureaucrat, someone who works there, that tried to stand in the way of the Trump folks, and there was no altercation. That was completely blown out of proportion. But everything followed the understanding of what the rules were for that event. And again, we grieve for all of the families. Here's the important thing. Where was Joe Biden? He was at the beach. Where was Kamala Harris? She was doing debate prep. That is shameful. It was because of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And remember, Kamala Harris was the last one in the room that these 13 service members are dead. They have blood on their hands. They should have at least been there to at least have the courage to show up and tell those 13, the families of those 13 slain service members, that they regret their fateful decision and that they honor and cherish their memories. The fact that no one from these families has heard from Kamala Harris or Joe Biden in 3 years is shameful.